'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, because Dominic and Erica soon would be there with the Tina Butty podcast.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas Eve.
Merry Christmas Eve.
Yes, and here we are with the podcast.
Yes.
Yes.
Tina Butty.
Not exactly coming down the chimney, but
No.
we hope.
We've got the Tina Butty podcast over our back, flung on our back.
Well, the podcast episode.
Yes.
Lots of goodies for you. Well, actually, goodies in the way of desserts.
I'm Erica.
And I'm Dominic.
Just in case you've stumbled upon this podcast on this fine Christmas Eve.
If you're new around here.
Yeah. And in this episode, we're going to be talking all about Christmas desserts.
Christmas desserts, Christmas...
puddings, you like to say.
Yes, puddings.
Yes, because Dominic's British, for anybody who didn't know.
Yes. Okay, do you want to start yours? Or
no, I really don't want to. I don't want to start, actually.
No, you don't.
Because, okay, guys, here's my dilemma when we're putting this podcast together. America doesn't really have any traditional Christmas desserts.
They don't.
Besides Christmas cookies. I think pretty much every household, or not, if not the household who does Christmas, then they have a grandma or they have an aunt or they have somebody in their lives. If they celebrate Christmas, they have somebody in their lives that bake cookies at Christmas time. Whether it's oatmeal raisin or chocolate chip or snickerdoodles.
So many cookies.
But it's probably
snickerdoodles.
Gingerbread men or just traditional sugar cookies that are iced. That's a thing people love to do at Christmas
green
time.
icing.
All kinds of icing in reindeer shapes, Santa Claus shapes.
Yes.
Stars, Christmas trees. People love to decorate cookies at Christmas. They're
obsessed with it.
That's just a thing we do in America.
Yes. So many cookies everywhere.
Yeah,
all the time.
So let us know if you are American and you would agree with that. Other than that, the main American dessert that comes to mind is fruitcake. It's not American even, but
no.
It's very old-fashioned. I don't know if people even have it anymore. I don't mind fruitcake. I'm not someone who hates fruitcake.
Fruitcake.
There's always jokes.
What do they call it? Panettone or something, do they?
No, they call it fruitcake.
Oh, there's like something called panettone over
here. Yeah,
that's an Italian. That's an Italian
cake.
Oh, so fancy. That's so continental.
That's not the same thing as fruitcake, though. That's more like a bread with fruit in it.
Yeah.
Fruitcake is very dense. And there's just as much fruit as there is like breading or whatever. It's very, very densely packed though with fruit.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. It's not bad, but there's always been jokes like you could brick a house with fruit cakes because they're quite...
Oh, they're a doorstop. Yeah, they make a good doorstop.
Yeah, I mean, I've never had a really dried out, like, rock hard fruit cake. Yeah. It should be moist. It should be quite moist. It is dense, but it should be quite moist. Other than that, though, it's like Christmas cookies, fruitcake, gingerbread men, or some kind of gingerbread something.
Yes, gingerbread houses and cookies.
Those are the
main thing that you do at Christmas.
Yeah.
Snack food.
I've got a list here. Yeah, I mean, people make desserts. Obviously, like
chocolate pies.
Desserts are a big thing at Christmas, but there's not necessarily like traditional ones that everybody does besides those things that I just mentioned.
Yeah.
I mean nobody does fruitcake anymore, I don't really think, but so I've just got a list here of some that are popular that people do. Like you mentioned, a chocolate pie.
A silky chocolate pie.
Yeah. I used to know someone who did a chocolate pie. Oh, candy. A lot of homemade candy is made at Christmas time.
Fudge.
Yes. Yeah. Fudge, toffee. Peanut brittle.
Yeah. Peanut brittle.
Yeah. But yeah, stuff like that.
Pecan
So
brittle. And
there's like a Yule log. One of my grandmas used to make a pumpkin loaf. So
Yes,
it's basically
yeah,
like
yeah.
a Yule log only,
Yeah.
only with pumpkin bread, basically. That's really good. Apparently there's like white chocolate torte on here. Fruitcake, gingerbread men. In this house, we like to do gingerbread men because I think they're cute.
Yes.
And I love gingerbread, so baklava is a popular thing.
Is it? We used to do the American one before the British one, right?
Right, yeah.
Oh, what's that?
Pecan pies.
Pecan
pie.
pie.
We kind of have pecan pies. So
Pumpkin pie.
sometimes you might have pumpkin pie again. Sort of like a Thanksgiving redo, but fudge. Yeah, fudge is definitely a thing. Some people apparently make brownies.
Red velvet cake, brownies.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just any kind of dessert goes.
Yeah.
Season specific.
It depends on your household and what your tradition is, aside from gingerbread men and like frosted sugar cookies, I think. Because we have a lot of people who come from different ethnic backgrounds, so they bring in like there's Hungarian things on here. There's a lot of Jewish treats.
Jeweled coconut drops.
So those are going to be kind of like a macaroon.
Yeah, they look good, actually.
Yeah. We've had something like that before.
Yeah.
With condensed milk and dried coconut. Yeah.
Very desiccated coconut. Very delicious.
Some people do cheesecake.
If you're not a fan of coconut, I'm sad for you.
Some people do cheesecakes.
Cheesecakes.
Spiced eggnog pie. Yeah, I've seen people do eggnog cookies. I don't know what that means, but I've never had it that I know of. Eggnog is a big, like, desserty kind of a drink.
Yeah. Especially with the brandy in it.
People do, like, meringues, but again, that's like a cookie. As I said before, toffee.
Toffee, yeah.
People make, like, sometimes you might have homemade truffles.
Like chocolate salted balls or something.
You've seen that.
You've seen them. You've seen my chocolate salted balls.
You've seen that Saturday Night Live Christmas special one too many times.
No, I haven't. But if people don't know what it is, go look it up.
Frosted sugar cookies. This says biscotti or biscotti.
Biscuit.
Bakewell tart.
Oh, that's British.
Yeah, here we go. Eggnog cookies.
Double whammy eggnog cookies.
I don't know what that is.
Bit crazy going on here, boy.
But yeah, people do all kinds of different things. Yeah, truffles, walnut pillows,
sticky toffee pudding with butterscotch sauce. Come on now.
Divinity. Divinity is a big thing at Christmas.
Divination. Is this Harry Potter?
Divinity. So my aunt makes it. I'm not exactly sure what's in it. I think there's meringue and nuts and you've eaten it.
I can't remember. I know I've had that crazy fruit salad with the marshmallows.
Yes, that's like a dessert you put on the side.
Yes.
I don't know what.
It's a crazy fruit salad with tiny marshmallows in it.
Yeah, so you can have pistachio, which has pistachio. Yeah, which has like pistachio nuts in it. And then it's got like a green pistachio pudding stuff. Yeah. And then it'll have like pineapple, marshmallows. So that's one pudding, pistachio pudding, they call it.
Oh, right, that's what it is.
And then another one is just like, I forget what the actual name. Oranges. This one's just like a regular fruit salad, but it'll have like whipped cream or Cool Whip and then marshmallows in it.
Yeah, Cool Whip.
And it's got grapes, oranges, nuts.
It's very sugary.
Yeah.
The only good bit of it is the fruit, but really,
I think sometimes they put raisins in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what is that called? That fruit salad? Yeah. That's a popular thing. I think a lot of Americans do have that. But you serve that with the dinner a lot of the time. Yeah.
Doesn't make sense, mate.
Apparently people do apple pie, fig cookies.
Now bring us some figgy pudding.
Yeah, fig and almond
bring us some figgy
cookies.
pudding.
Ooh, eggnog cheesecake sounds
Dipped
really
gingerbread sounds
interesting.
good.
Yeah.
Italian
Christmas.
cookies.
Yeah, I mean,
Biscotti.
yeah, it depends.
Biscotti.
It depends on your heritage, what your customs are, what your
of course.
family history, pound cake, you have honey almond bars. People do Jell-O like it's the 1950s, fruit in Jell-O.
Yes.
They'll have those like Jell-O salads too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've had that here.
This one's like a fancy layered one with green,
that's very
green
1950s.
Green and red
60s.
Jell-O.
It kind of went out of fashion in the 70s.
Pecan meltaways are pretty popular. And those are kind of like your salty balls.
Salted
pecans.
chocolate balls. And for a discount, you can also get my salted caramel balls.
Shortbread. Shortbread is common. Mexican cinnamon cookies. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of cookies, really. Cookies are the main star of the American Christmas event. Eggnog cream puffs.
Woo.
Yeah, so, I mean, rum balls.
Oh.
I think that's pretty popular. Yeah. So it kind of just depends. Let us know, you guys listening, let us know what some of your own families' Christmas dessert traditions are, because I'm really curious, household to household in America, how it differs.
Yeah.
Like, what did you grow up having for dessert on Christmas?
What did you grow up having? Come on now.
Was it mostly cookies and candies, or
Probably.
were there a lot of pies and cakes and things like that? Let us know, because I want to know. We don't just ask you these questions just to like put a question out into the universe just for a question's sake. Like, I ask you these questions because I genuinely want responses, and very, very frequently, sadly enough, we don't get that many responses.
No.
Yeah.
We don't actually know. And why?
Yeah.
Why?
It's because nobody's listening to these podcasts.
There are people listening and they love us. Okay? We're loved by the people who are listening, aren't we? Let me hear it.
We're loved by the people. Happy Christmas, everyone. Good night.
Happiest Christmas since Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye tap danced.
Yeah, you censored yourself there.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to British desserts.
Oh, yes.
Because British homes are very traditional.
Yes.
Even though Britain likes to pretend like, oh, we're not, we're modern and
we're modern.
America's very they
we're
hold
cool,
on
we're
to
trendy, man.
America likes to hold on to the past,
we're
and
trendy.
we look to the future and this and that.
We're cool.
Britain's full of traditions, so
full of it.
Go ahead.
Number 1 on this list is Christmas cake.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a Christmas cake?
Not your kind of Christmas cake, no.
Rich dried fruits, marinated in brandy or rum sometimes.
Yeah.
And then mixed into a delicious, rich, heavily spiced cake.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds sort of like
then,
a general fruitcake. Only
it's a general. It pretty much is, yes.
I mean, this one. We're using this site.
They serve it on Christmas Eve.
The Spruce Eats.
Yeah, we're using this site, and this is their list. It's like the 8 best British Christmas desserts.
And this has got a picture accompanying this, but
and it's like, yes, it's very.
But what I've seen in Britain, you guys then ice it with like a marzipan,
like a marzipan or fondant icing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
When I was a kid, right, I hated this.
Yeah.
Hated this with a passion. I think there's people still out there that do still hate this. Because it was like, oh, we've bought a Christmas. Never really made one in my house. We usually buy them from the supermarket or whatever.
Mm.
And if we did make it, I wouldn't eat it. So we served from Christmas Eve onwards. Oh, got a Christmas cake here.
Yeah.
And it would be like this thick of icing, and I just eat the icing.
Oh, God. When he did thick, he just held his fingers up about a mile apart.
Yeah, it was very thick. Very thick icing, and I just eat that, and I'd leave the Christmas cake. But
I can't stand fondant icing, though.
I'm not a big fan of it either. But what you'd usually have it is like with custard or something like that, or cream.
Yeah.
But...
So it sounds, I mean, is it like a fruit, like just a regular fruit cake for the most part?
It's a regular fruit cake for the most part, but it's been marinated.
It looks
in
darker,
brandy.
though.
Yeah,
It looks a bit darker than our
I
fruitcake.
Yeah, I don't know why that is. I mean,
and I don't. It's been a long time.
It's heavily spiced, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time since I've eaten fruitcake, but I don't remember it being like super spicy. Like, I don't mean spicy like hot, like paprika.
It's
or
like
something like that.
It's spicy like cinnamon and
I don't remember it being like that. So that's sort of ours is a variation of this, I guess.
Yeah. Number 2 though, the mince pie. I hated this as a kid. Never went near it because
I sense a theme.
as a kid, I never went near a mince pie because I ate one and it was just disgusting, and it wasn't with actual real meat in it.
Oh yes, we need to clarify that.
Clarify, when they say mince meat pie, it's actually minced fruit pie. That's the most common one you'll ever get. You know, if someone actually feeds you an actual minced meat pie with actual meat in it, they're doing it wrong. That's very traditional. Like that's what they used to serve, but it's not. It's not what people eat anymore. It's minced fruit now.
Right.
It's sultanas. It's raisins, which are pretty much the same thing. Orange peel. They do like cranberry. Like the apple and stuff like that. It's all like mixed together into this like mincy kind of like fruit jelly kind of thing. And it's heavily spiced. So, and you eat that warm. And I remember once someone said to me, "Oh, we're gonna have mince pies now," and I kind of was like in a mood where I didn't want to be left out, so I was like, "Okay, I'll have one too." Then it's like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna do it warm, and I'm gonna put brandy cream over it." I was like, "Oh, well, might take the taste away,
Yeah.
But I had it, and I was like, "Oh, it's actually really good. It's really good in its own. I really do enjoy it now,
Yeah.
But part of the fear of eating, I did have one as a kid, and it was awful.
I did have one, and it was awful
when I was a kid. But then I was like, I don't know, 16 or 17 or something, and I had one at Christmas, around my grand's. So with brandy cream warm, so that's the way to do it.
We get them over here. They sell them at World Market, so we usually buy them every year. I haven't eaten it warm though.
Yeah,
we haven't had them warm yet.
We usually only have the tiny ones, don't we?
Well, those are all we buy because they're expensive.
Yeah,
they have the bigger ones.
They have the bigger ones, and they're good.
But we haven't warmed them, so I don't know what that would be like.
You can warm them up and put some brandy cream over them.
As a side note,
or just plain old double cream.
As a side note, if you're listening to this and any of these British treats that Dominic is describing sound interesting to you, if they sound like something that you would like to try, we do have a lot of these in our Amazon shop.
Yeah, we have pretty much all of this
on the website.
Amazon shop, yeah.
Yeah, so you can go check that out. They're on our website. They're just you can click the little tab shop up toward the top of that website, and it'll take you right there.
Yeah. Number 3 is Christmas pudding.
Yeah. We almost got this year, but then we didn't at the last minute.
Didn't at the last second, no, because it's sort of like Christmas cake, but it's not. And
it's more like
it's
wet.
Got nuts it's wet. And I mean, again, what you do is the tradition is, you serve it. Usually it comes in it looks like we've got a picture here with a little sprig of holly on top. And it's in a sort of cone kind of triangular shape. Mm-hmm. But sometimes people make it in a huge ball. They steam it.
Right.
And then what they do is they pour brandy over it and light it.
Mm-hmm.
Or they light the brandy and pour that over it. And, that's the centerpiece of the meal. It's like, oh, yes. Almost everyone in Britain thinks it's vile. The actual Christmas pudding is vile. Yeah. I mean, there's going to be people who go, "Oh, it's lovely with a bit of cream. It's lovely with a bit of, custard."
Yeah.
But I don't like it. I mean, I haven't tried it in years. I might think differently now because, I like mince pies. So it might be the same sort of thing, but I didn't like them. I didn't like this growing up. It was absolutely vile.
Because all 3 of these desserts so far, they all kind of have the same spices in them, right?
The same sort of thing. They're all similar kind of things, yeah.
Yeah.
Nutmeg, cinnamon, whatever else.
Cloves,
yeah.
Yeah. we watched a YouTuber that we watched try
She tried it
a
out
Christmas
of...
pudding.
Yeah, she tried it out of a...
But she microwaved it.
Well, no, it's those are supposed to be because they come in a pot.
Yeah, but I
it's
am
like,
a big
how-
advocate of never microwaving anything. So, I mean, I don't think that was a fair assessment of what it tasted like. I mean, I know you say you don't like it.
Yeah.
But I would rather try one that's been freshly made or whatever.
Yeah.
I think I think I looked
There's
them
a whole
up and they
tradition with,
take
like,
quite a
Christmas
while
pudding.
to make.
Oh,
Apparently,
yeah,
you have
they
to let
take
them.
days.
You have to like let them age or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
for a
you
little
let them
bit.
age them for like 2 years. Or
But
whatever
I
it
mean,
is.
nothing tastes good out of the microwave, so I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
and
think
that
that
looked
was.
very wet pudding too. That did.
Yeah.
Also, there's like a tradition dating back for years. It's like you'd get like a sixpence in it, and you'd be rich. In the dough they'd put in like sixpence and like other things, and whoever would get that piece in their, when they get served, it would be like have luck and all that kind of tradition thing
throughout the year.
Yeah, I mean, they don't do that anymore. I mean, I don't know if some families
It's a
do.
choking hazard.
Choking hazard, yeah. But I mean, the pudding itself is, I just remember it was just like, oh god, I didn't like it.
Well,
why is it so bad?
I don't trust you. I do want to try it.
Well, we'll try it. We'll try it together.
We'll try it
sometime. Yeah.
Maybe next year. So stay tuned.
Next year. So yeah, you've got a whole year to wait for us to try that pudding. Number 4 is trifle.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a Boxing Day staple. You always have trifle on Boxing Day.
Boxing Day, by the way, is the day after Christmas, and we're going to be having a Boxing Day podcast. So check that out on Thursday.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, cherry trifle is the most popular one, I think.
Cherry?
Sherry.
Oh, sherry.
You put sherry in it. Yeah, a sherry trifle is one of those things. I mean, you can have like strawberry, obviously, but they have a dash of sherry in the trifle.
Yeah.
So yeah, that one's good. I mean, if you haven't had a trifle, go have one.
I find trifle as a Christmas dessert to be a little bit odd because it's sort of a cold dessert.
Yeah.
It seems more like of a hot weather kind of a dessert rather than something you would want to have at Christmas time. I mean, it looks very festive. It looks very Christmassy, especially if you've got strawberries or raspberries. Yeah. Again, you could decorate it with a little sprig of holly on the top if you wanted to, but it's all cold ingredients. I mean, it doesn't feel warm and cozy. It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel. I can understand the Christmas pudding because you light it on fire and all of that.
It's quite warm.
Did you say that, by the way?
Well, yeah. Put the brandy on, light it, and it's like way. I mean, it's not like on flaming fire, like a big fire. It's just kind of like a tiny little.
En flambe.
En flambe. En flambe.
Yeah, I mean, I get that because that feels warm, cozy, Christmassy, but a trifle seems a little bit cold. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, it's delicious, but yeah.
The next one, number 5, is Scottish shortbread.
Yeah.
This one, it's like cookies. It's like the cookies over here,
Mm-hmm.
But, shortbread. So, that's a traditional thing that, we always used to get a tin of shortbread.
Yeah.
Every year. My gran was Scottish, I'm half Scottish, so it was like we always had shortbread, or someone's made shortbread in the Highlands. They've been up there in the shortbread mines and they've been getting this shortbread and they've made it for you
in America.
Again, when I was a kid, I didn't really care for it because it was just kind of plain and just like it was hard, it was very dense, and it was just like, this is so boring. It was a boring thing.
In America, we put pecans in it. In the shortbread. I don't know if you've eaten that or not, but when it's homemade, a lot of the time they put pecans in it.
Maybe.
I never cared. I always preferred regular shortbread, but that's traditional in America too, shortbread. Yeah. You get tins of it, or like we also say butter cookies, which are sort of...
Oh yes, Danish cookies was another thing that we have. Danish butter cookies, Danish butter biscuits.
Yeah.
Number 6, a Yule log. Have you ever had a Yule log?
I don't think I have. I mean, I don't know why.
This is what you would replace the traditional pudding with. is a Yule log.
It looks like something my grandmother would have made in the 70s, probably.
Yeah, yes. It's like, it's a sponge cake with cream filling and a layer of chocolate ganache. Mm. And it's dusted with, like, powdered sugar to make it look like
a snowy log.
A snowy log, yeah. And it's like it's just a massive Swiss roll, really. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And it's
chocolate sponge, chocolate cake.
Chocolate sponge,
yeah.
chocolate cake, yeah. Very delicious. Number 7, Stolen.
Oh, yeah.
Stollen.
I like that. It's not very British, though, now is it?
But it's part of the festivities. People have Stollen,
Yeah.
It's very much like fruit cake, So,
it's got marzipan in it.
Marzipan.
Pieces of fruit. It's dusted with powdered sugar.
Yes.
It's delicious. It's really good.
Very delicious.
Again, it's something that they have at World Market if you're interested.
Yes. Yeah. Number 8 is a spiced Victoria sponge cake. If you've ever had a Victoria sponge, it's just a sponge cake with cream and jam, strawberry jam filling. But this one's been kind of like, and this has been iced, because you don't usually ice a Victoria sponge. But this is spiced with, like, nutmeg and cinnamon and...
It's so funny because mentioning that, everything that you've read so far except for the Yule log and the shortbread have pretty much been spiced.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like...
Christmas spices.
Yeah, it's like pumpkin spice over here, but it's Christmas spice.
Christmas spice, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I love a Victoria sponge. It's something that you have with, like, tea, afternoon tea and stuff.
Well, I mean... You all would have all of this with tea now, wouldn't you?
Yes, everything with tea. But yes, that's what the Victoria sponge cake is spiced, like, put a little bit of icing on it to make it look like it's been snowed on. It's cute. It's cute. It's very cute. Yeah, that's the 8 of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Looks very delicious.
Very delicious.
Now I want to go have some Christmas cookies.
I want to make some Christmas pies. Are we going to get mince pies this year?
Yeah, we already have.
Oh, have we?
Yeah. See, I've hidden them away from him. He doesn't know.
I didn't know because I would have eaten them already.
Yes, hence why you didn't know.
Well, there we go.
Yeah. So we're going to go do that.
We're going to do that. We're going to do our Christmas Eve tradition.
Yeah.
And you guys will do your Christmas Eve traditions.
If you're British listening to this, the same as I asked our American listeners.
Bed because Father Christmas is coming.
Let us know. If we missed out any traditional British Christmas puddings that you guys have in your families or in your
house.
Yeah, in your house. Yeah. Because again, I'm nosy and I need to know these things. Oh my God.
See? Okay. We need to know these things.
On that disgusting note, I think it's time to go. Happy Christmas to you all.
Happy Christmas, everybody. War is over.
Have a great day tomorrow. Enjoy time off from work, hopefully. Hopefully you've got time off from work. Enjoy time with your friends or your families or just by yourself if that's what you choose to do.
Yeah.
Just enjoy your day.
Enjoy your day.
And we're going to enjoy ours and we'll talk to you again on Thursday.
Yeah.
So until then, bye.
Bye-bye.
Happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas. And now we have a Christmas song just for you with a little help from our niece Addison.
Yes. So here you go, and happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
War is over.
War is over, if you want it. So this is Christmas, and what have you done? Another year over, a new one just begun. And so this is Christmas. Hope you had fun. The near and the dear ones, the old and the young.
A very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's hope it's a good one without any
Christmas, for weak and for strong, for rich and for poor ones. The road is so long, and so happy Christmas, for black and for white, for yellow and red ones. Let's stop all the fight.
Oh, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's hope it's a good one without any fear.
And so this is Christmas, and what have we done? Another year over, and a new one just begun. And so happy Christmas, we hope you had fun. The